A few days ago, as I was on my way home, I was sitting on a bench, waiting for my train when it started snowing, and then everything was beautiful. I was listening to music on my headphones. I don't remember the song, and remember feeling inexplicably sad watching people pile onto the train in front of me. The station was built in the middle of the highway, near an on-off ramp, so I usually liked to watch the cars and the ramp descend, always looking like they'd collide with the traffic below, only for the two trails to seamlessly converge into one over and over again. But the parked train in front of me blocked my view and seemed to be experiencing some delay. It was headed in the direction of my house, but rather than traveling down the whole line, it was designated to turn off into some rail yard, which I've always wanted to watch, but never took the time to make a visit. So I sat there, unmoving, as people passed by, stood up, and sat down around me, until after what seemed to be far too long, the train finally began to move. Slowly at first, picking up speed until it blew my hair backwards and became a blur of metal and paint. Then it was gone, and in its place was a blinding curtain of white snow falling over the cars and the trucks on the road. It must have started only a minute or two ago, otherwise I'd have noticed it on my walk back to the station. As my eyes adjusted to the sunlight and the music in my headphones swelled, I could see that the snow was falling in massive clumps, maybe an inch wide, that would occasionally collide with each other, becoming larger and larger without ever falling faster or less gracefully, and the passing cars sliced through the whiteness, only to be covered again by more snow. And as I stared forward unblinking, and as suddenly the music was resonating deep within my body, the space between the cars and the snow and the sky flattened into a single plane of movement and color, and I remember thinking how I wished that paintings could move. I had an urge to reach into my pocket for my phone, to record what I was seeing. but I didn't want to take my eyes off it even for a second. I wanted to jump up from my seat, to shout out to everyone else on the platform, telling them to open their eyes, to look up at the snow, to grab the woman sitting next to me by the shoulders and shake her until she could see what I saw. I promised myself that when my train arrived, I wouldn't get on, that I'd stay sitting, watching the snow and the cars until the sun went down, that I'd ignore my cold fingers and my dinner waiting for me at home, that people would see me and wonder who or what I was waiting for, or that maybe they would look in the direction I was looking and understand. But just then, I caught a glimpse of my train approaching from a tunnel in the distance, and at almost the exact same time, the song I'd been listening to ended, replaced with an ad telling me all about a brand new unlimited wireless plan. I unplugged my headphones and stood up, taking a last look at the falling snow before my train arrived to cover it again. Hey, Mom, what's up?
So good to finally hear from you. How's your phone been dead these last couple days? You know, if you used that portable charger I got you, you wouldn't miss
I
me.
know. I've just been up to my neck in work these last couple days. It might have gotten lost when I moved. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you can pick up now. What's been keeping you so busy?
Hey, Mom, why'd you call?
No, I see. Eager to get back to work. Okay. Well, I was calling because I was at the Goodwill store the other day. Not the one by the grocery store, but the big one way up near Kenilworth. And I found these really nice pair of winter boots that I thought you might
Oh,
like.
thanks.
Yeah, but when I was at the store, I called you and you didn't pick up. So I've got them in the garage and,
Thank you. I'm not sure I'm gonna need them this season, but maybe I could use them next year or something.
well, no, wait. No, listen. The reason I'm calling, I only have 2 more days before I need to return them. So you've got to stop home to try them
I'm
on.
sorry. I really don't think I'm gonna have time in the next couple days.
Well, it's your loss. I'll have to take them back. They weren't cheap, and Goodwill's has been getting more and more pricey, and I'm sure next season.
Maybe if they fit you, you could keep them.
No, forgot it. Maybe next time. Okay. But listen, before you go, I forgot to tell you, there's this little place nearby where people meet to meditate every Saturday. A couple of my church friends found out about it from some little online newsletter, and lately I've been going, and I feel just wonderful.
That's great, Mom.
Yeah, well, I've been doing the meditation by myself ever since I read that Transcendental Meditation book, but it's so much easier when you're with a big group of people, they keep you in check,
That's
and
really, really great.
yeah. Well, didn't I give you that book after I finished it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, I know you're a big skeptic, but I really think you should give it a read. I know you've been stressed lately, at school and everything going on in the world. The book offers some really interesting strategies
Yeah,
for
maybe if I have
dealing.
time, I'll take a look.
All right. Well, I know you're busy, but believe me, just try that one breathing exercise I told you about. It's in the first chapter of the book. It only takes a few minutes.
Yeah, if I have time this weekend, I'll give it a try.
All right. Well, which reminds me, I was watching a little Jon Stewart video on my phone, and he made a really interesting point about
Sorry,
Zelensky.
Mom. I really gotta get back to work. Maybe you can text it to me, and I'll give it a watch sometime soon.
Okay. Well, all right. It was really nice to hear your voice,
Yeah, you
sweetie.
too.
And let me know when you're planning on stopping back at home, okay?
Yep, I will, Mom.
All right. Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
A rise of 3 degrees would affect everyone. Even wealthy cities in rich countries wouldn't be immune to the consequences. European capitals like
And now we are dying as an American people as a result.
can get a really bad effect in the way to
Some cities
There's also the effect of the weather patterns of these regions. Previous eastern throwing rather reduction in weather taken up into the atmosphere and led to generally drier conditions. The new
But that those crises have created a serious process of manipulation
where there's just this profit-driven economy, it's not good for the vast majority of people, climate
flooding, and you can get a really bad effect in the city in a way that you can't.
Last year also contributed to scientists' decision. Ongoing conflicts, including the Russia-Ukraine war, escalations in the war in the Middle East, Sudan and Syria, have all impacted scientists' calculations. The symbolic clock has been used by scientists since the Cold War as a warning to world leaders and the public.
Because the world is already perilously close to the precipice, any move towards midnight should be taken as an indication of extreme danger and an unmistakable warning. Every second of delay in reversing course increases the probability of global disaster.
The clock was first set at 7 minutes to midnight and has been ticking over the decades. It was at its furthest point from midnight, 17 minutes, following the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. The clock was moved to 90 seconds in 2023, remaining steady in 2024 until this 1 second change.
There is hope. I mean, we certainly believe that the clock can be moved back.
Do you want one?
For sure. What have you got going on?
Do you have any graph paper? If not, normal paper is fine. Also, do you have a pen? We got a bunch of these pencils here, but we still need to get a sharpener. Or actually, there's a scissors somewhere. Just throw me that.
I have a pen right here.
No, it's fine. You can use it if you want, though.
Catch!
Thank you. Bring that notebook over there.
Okay, so what are we doing? Anything beats finishing my fucking reading.
You know what an ultralight plane is.
If I had to take a blind guess, I'd say it's a plane that's ultralight.
In the United States, an ultralight plane is any aircraft that weighs under 250 pounds, not including passengers. Why is this important, I might ask?
Why is this important?
I'm very glad you asked. Guess which kind of plane is completely legal to fly with no permit, no license, anything like that?
So next big purchase for the apartment.
Purchase? What are you, a fucking banker?
Okay, so that's not fair.
Whatever. We're gonna make it.
We're gonna build an actual plane.
Yeah, I've been doing some reading and it really shouldn't be that difficult. The hard part is keeping it under 250 pounds, but that's really only a problem if we're using metal, and we're not gonna pay for it anyways, so, you know.
Building a plane is easy.
It's really just lift, drag, and thrust. But drag is bad, so it's really just lift and thrust. And then it's boom, wings, boom, propeller, we have a plane.
So we can fly this thing where exactly?
I don't know, some field or something. Point is, I'm gonna take you in this plane and we're gonna fly around.
Dude, you don't even know how to drive a car. I don't think it's a good idea.
That is a low blow. I can fly a plane, alright?
Okay, let's assume you can fly the plane. We're not making this out of metal, so what are we making it out of? Like wood or plastic?
Here. Now, don't kill me here. I was thinking we'd make the body out of styrofoam. Obviously, we'd have to reinforce it.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it's styrofoam. They make houses out of it.
We're gonna blow away.
I mean, we'd have to weigh it down, but...
Yeah, we're gonna blow into a telephone pole 20 feet off the ground.
So we just don't take off near a telephone pole.
I'm saying we make the body out of a plastic canoe. It's already got the shape. Plus we know it's sturdy, and we could probably get a cheap one off Craigslist or something.
You might be really fucking smart. Holy shit.
Yeah, cut the front off and throw a propeller on?
We got this.
Okay, so we need 3 bicycles. 2 adult ones, plus 1 kid's one.
And the adult bikes have to be identical.
Yes, the adult bikes have to be identical. So then we need 2 identical bikes, plus the small one for the wheels, and then a moped engine, plus maybe a moped windshield too, and then the styrofoam and the aluminum rods